Action.
Action.
Okay.
Huh?
You know,
No, it rings a bell. I just forgot.
from High School Musical.
Oh yeah, Sharpay.
Okay.
All right,
Ready?
all right, let's go. Hello,
Hi.
my name is Sean,
And I'm Zelia.
and you're tuned in to EarthTones.
EarthTones. And we're.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Oh my god, dude. No, this is cousin.
Oh, his name's Cousin. Just kidding. Okay, no, for real. We're boyfriend and girlfriend, and this is our podcast.
Yeah, and I guess we could go over the theme of what our podcast is going to be based off of. And obviously, I mean, as the name suggests, it's going to be, really based in being close with nature.
Listening to all the tones of the earth in different. So the idea of it is to be in like, what is it? Like different sceneries out in nature, not that boring in a room, microphones and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just out adventuring. Today where are we?
We're at the Union West campground near the Union Reservoir in Markleyville, California. So,
Highly recommend.
yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Got a little worried though, because there's two different separate campgrounds that are right next to each other. You have the Union side, since there's two reservoirs that are next to each other. And when we first arrived, we got to the Utica side. And I mean, right off the bat, I was like really taken aback because, I mean, it was already full, super full. All the campgrounds were really close together. And I was, pretty discouraged. But, Azalea just reassured me that, oh, it'll work out, it'll work out. And so did my best to just keep it cool and level headed. And so we went to this side of the reservoir, and sure enough, we found
perfect spot.
the perfect spot, Union West. And so, yeah, every campsite's pretty spread out reasonably. Super quiet in comparison to the Utica ones. So that was a definite positive note on finding this one.
And to that one's east, right?
Yeah.
That east is crazy too.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how they're juxtaposed like right next to each other. Like the other two are kind of more party type, and then this one's like right smack dab in the middle, but it's super quiet.
And I feel like this one has more, like what you said, everything's spread out, but like the spots in general are like really spacious for your certain like spot.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you could edit in a little panoramic view of this.
That's
campground.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so keep watching, and you'll see the whole setup. You'll love it. But yeah, definitely recommend it. It's first come first serve, so there's no reservations. If you plan to go for the weekend, I highly recommend like going, as soon as you can on Friday. Check-in is at 3. There's a little cash pay station right as you enter. $16 a night. Definitely worth it though. Definitely worth it.
And a lot of wood. They have like little signs with the wood to take. Like if you run out of firewood.
Oh, you mean they're supplying it? Yeah. There's right now. There's plenty of firewood. We bought our own bundle, but I mean, ended up not necessarily needing to have it. We have a little hatchet axe that I used to cut more, but yeah, definitely a great spot.
Dog friendly.
Mm-hmm. And then I'd say about maybe 6 minutes away, there's a nice little trailhead to a trail that's, I think, 1.6 miles so it leads to another trail, and then that one I forget, it goes even higher and more difficult. So we did the easier route today, and it was nice, super scenic, eventful. Yeah, not a lot of people out there, but yeah, like I said, if you really want to like avoid big crowds and the typical state park, mumbo jumbo, definitely give this up a little try.
Yes. And then yeah. So yeah, they'll be in different spots. So just stay tuned for all the different locations we'll be
Yeah, see where we'll take you.
traveling.
And then, of course, along the way, we'll give you little tips because, hey, we're no, big wig influencers that are making X amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a budget. So we'll show you how to do it proper. You don't have to get the cheapest stuff, but on the other side, you don't have to get the most expensive stuff. I like
Mm-hmm.
to, definitely shop around and get really good deals. So I'll help you out with that as well.
And also too, like I think some people have that idea that like to go camping and do these things, it's like so expensive, but like it's really not. And
Mm-mm.
I feel like yeah, you spend so much more money traveling like by plane or like staying at this hotel or resort.
And eating
Like
out.
yeah, there's a little bit more into it, like stuff you have to bring, but like if you pack the right amount and not overpack. Like I feel like we do a good job. Like yeah, we can downsize a little bit. Well, just like one little tub, but for the most part, it's pretty simple and you
Hmm.
get to enjoy nature and be free.
Oh yeah, tune out. Check out of the typical hustle bustle of the city. We reside in the Bay Area, so it's always going, always
Mm-hmm.
noise. So it's really nice to come out of here and check out
Like,
for a
do
bit.
you guys hear that?
Nuts.
Nothing.
Mm.
But yeah. And then going off of our topics of what is to come. I mean, I guess some days will be whatever comes to mind. It can be like anything nature, life, relationship wise. We've both gone through a lot in our past. Not even just relationship wise. I feel like, overall life.
It's personal growth.
Yeah. And how we've overcame that because I feel like I know we've healed a lot. Um,
And we did a lot of healing together, which was really,
mhm.
I mean, it was really, yeah, really serendipitous. I didn't, when we got into this, we didn't expect to honestly be where we are now. So, we had both just kind of, well, yeah, I just recently got out of a relationship. I think she was dating someone not too long before as well, but we both had intentions of being single and just taking care of ourselves. But life has curveballs and whatnot. Yeah,
Surprises.
and surprises, and this is definitely one of the better ones. I'm super thankful. Yeah,
Same. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And I feel like there's a lot going into it too that obviously we didn't know in our past that I'm very, very glad that we're the point in our life, the points in our life that we met. Like, yeah, we were still.
pro move.
You
Let,
probably can't even
let
hear
me let
me.
me know if you hear me. You think no?
I don't think
All
so.
right, we'll find out
Does it
after.
go down?
No, you can't adjust it. I don't want to slap it.
Oh. Um. Yeah. Anyways, the points that we were in our life, like yeah, we were still healing, but I feel like we did also know what we wanted and we didn't want, and that our past selves didn't know or do, to where, what am I trying to say? Hold on. Like there's a lot of things that I did in my past that obviously I don't do now, that like yeah, helped me overcome and heal, like with certain communication, the way we communicate and things like that, or overcoming those like traumas of knowing that not everything that I knew in my past is what it should always be, you know. Like there was a lot of things that you would call me out on, and not in a bad way, but like,
Mhm.
hey, I noticed you do this, and like I didn't even notice because it was just so like natural and not natural, but like I was just so
That's all you knew.
used to, that's all I knew, and I was so used to it that like I didn't think that it was because of a certain trauma or like things like that. And then when you like, hey, I noticed that you do this, and like example of me talking fast.
Yeah.
I used to talk very, very, very fast and like try to just get it all in one breath. But with and my the reason for doing that, which I didn't realize until he brought it up, was that I, like in my past, I tried to, what was it, like finish my sentences and get my point across before getting cut off, and or just
Being shut down.
being shut down or like listened to, I would try to like communicate and it would just like shut off, like, oh, whatever, just like, I don't care. And so I would try, and not even just with him, with anybody, but not knowing that I would just try to like get it through across before I was, yeah, like shut off. And then he brought it up to me, saying like, hey, I noticed what you go to your part,
uh,
like when you noticed. And
oh yeah, I just noticed like you spoke really quickly and just really just kept on going. Like, I mean, if you saw her what she was saying on a paper, it would not have any periods, it would not have any commas, just one straight sentence for a whole page. And just let her know, like, hey, like I'm listening, I'm paying attention. Like, you don't need to just blast through whatever whatever's in your head. Like, if someone is actually present and cares about what you have to say, then they're gonna give you that space. They're gonna give you that time. And
yeah.
so, yeah, she was kind of thrown off by it, but it worked out. It worked out. She's definitely come a long way, and I really appreciate it because, yeah, like when someone speaks like that, it stresses you out as well. Makes you feel like they got somewhere to go or whatnot.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Right? So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and I
neat seeing.
appreciate you for that.
Yeah, it's neat seeing the growth in you, the progression, and to know that I'm part of that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I don't think I would have ever really realized it if you didn't bring it up.
Mhm.
Like it made sense, and like I knew exactly why once you brought it up, but would have never thought. Because yeah, I never had somebody go out of their way to like address that or notice that.
Well, that's another important thing too, is like understanding where that person is coming from when they do bring it up, and like not automatically
Thinking like
discounting
you're
it as like, oh, like he's just
attacking
yeah, he's out
me.
to get me, or yeah, he's attacking me. Like understanding like if this person has good intentions.
We can start because it's 10 minutes.
All right. Wait, so we're just picking up where we
Yeah.
left off. Okay, so yeah,
Well, we should just explain that it kind of, my memory got full and it cut off mid talk.
mid talk, yes.
So,
But as I was saying, yeah, just understanding, the intentions of what that person is saying. I think that makes all the difference. I mean, because yeah, you can't. I mean, if you go through life always thinking that, thinking the worst of everybody and that they're always out to get you, I mean, that's a very alienating way of thinking. But yeah, you know, um, and that's part of also just learning about people, and like when you're dating, like understanding that not everybody's gonna be your cup of tea. One analogy that I always like to use is like different cars, right? Like there's a car for every need. Some people need that 4-wheel drive truck because they're out doing outdoorsy things and going camping and stuff. But so okay, so that's gonna fit their needs, right? But they that's not to say that a nice what's a nice sports car, that's the latest and greatest Subaru WRX, right? That's a real sporty all-wheel drive car, but that's not gonna serve that person's needs. And that doesn't mean that that car is bad. Obviously everybody knows that's a nice car, but it's just not suited for that lifestyle of that person. And so that's something to remember, when you're going out into the world, dating, and it doesn't work out. Don't blame yourself like, oh, I did something wrong, or whatever, X, Y, and Z. It's like understanding like, hey, we're all looking for something, in life. And if we're not compatible, that's not saying anything bad about your character, unless you're straight up asshole and you're just going out and treating this person like crap. So just keep that in mind.
yes, yes. And yeah, so those are, some things we're just going to be talking about. It's
Mm-hmm.
not always what you think or you're used to. There's so much more out there. So leave that person.
Right? No, not even lying. Yeah, real talk.
You
Like
get so
some
used
people,
to and so comfortable in your
and if you're
situation.
if you're in the Bay Area and you're sharing around with that other person and you're like that's That's why. No, that's not a reason why you should be in a relationship. It never should be. Like, I'd much rather be, sleeping out of my car than being in a really toxic relationship.
Mhm.
Come on, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Beautiful things are possible.
Hmm.
Look at us.
Not to be cheesy, but yes.
um. So yeah. So that kind of concludes our topic for today. There'll be a lot more, and and then I am hoping to look at the bee.
Cameo by a bee.
um, like eventually, have different people on here, just just talking about life. Because there's also other people that have gone through certain things that maybe we haven't, or knowledge that they have that they can share and you know, motivate or push somebody the way we can't. Or, just getting everybody's different
Giving,
walks of
yeah,
lives.
different perspectives.
Hmm. Yeah. No.
Well,
Thanks for
thanks.
watching.
This is EarthTones.
Yes.
Listen and learn.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. And then it's like not even recording.